All right, guys, welcome to our team call. It is our first team call of 2017. It is pretty exciting. It's a great time of year to really, take what you did in 2016, learn from it, expand upon it, and make 2017 awesome. And it's a great time to, like anything, we always say, you have every 4 Mondays a month to start your week over. Really, you don't need a Monday. You can do it anytime you want. And it's the same thing right here. So if you didn't finish 2016 where you wanted, or if you didn't finish December where you wanted, well, the great news is you have a brand new year. You have a brand new month. You have a brand new week. You have a brand new day. So keep that in mind as you set your goals as we keep going. Throughout this year. Tonight, we're going to focus on just kind of focus for 2017, setting your goals, what you can do to really get yourself dialed in for success in 2017, what you can use to leverage your success, all of those things as you go through. So let me pull up my PowerPoint. We have a couple announcement and housekeeping things to handle first, and then we'll really dive into the meat of the call, which is really just about staying motivated and really making sure you're pumping that well continuously to make sure that when the water does start to come, you're ready for it. So let me go ahead and pull up our PowerPoint for tonight. Of course, I have it minimized. So I'll pull that up. All right, so we're really just going to be talking about hitting the ground running in 2017. And the only slides I have tonight are really announcement slides. And then I'm just going to kind of talk to you guys, have a little chat session. So first up, great job in December, guys. December, if this was your last quarter of the year, you kind of experienced, it's hard in December. It's a hard time of year. There are a lot of people who have lots of expenses with Christmas, with holiday expenses, and that all comes just from people, not being focused, and that's okay. But we had a great December on our team, and I'm really proud of every single person on this board. And even if you're not on this board, I'm proud of you because I know that you were putting in the daily effort to really make your goals happen. And I promise you that every single message you send out is not a message wasted, that it will come around in the end as long as you are consistent. But great job to our Success Club earners, Liesel, myself, Lindsay Bolin, Lindsay Maloney, Jillian, Amanda, Ashley, and Jordan. Great job, guys. We had a lot of people who were so close. And what's really good about this is, remember, if your name's on this board and you didn't hit Success Club, you still changed a life. You still had somebody who you are working with, who you have in a challenge group now, or you are still working with. So that is something to really give yourself amazing credit for. So keep up the amazing work. And we have some great momentum going into January. So I know it's only January 5th, but we have several coaches at Success Club already. Morgan, Lindsay, Liesel, great job. We had a lot of great top producers this week because of that All Access Challenge Pack and the Beachbody On Demand update. So great job. We are hitting the ground running right in 2017. And I know we're going to have even more people on this list next Thursday and probably even by the end of this week if we're going to be really truthful about it. So great job with Success Club. Just another couple announcements. Again, housekeeping stuff. Our calendar for January. I posted this on our team page. I know it says team call 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was making this as I was thinking it in my head. It's actually at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's 5:30 for me out here on the West Coast. So I'll make sure I edit that and get the corrected one up in our team page. But starting next week, our team calls will be on Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That works a little bit better for me and my schedule as we hit the ground running this year and with Matt's work schedule. So keep that in your mind. Team calls will be on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next big announcement, Super Saturday is this weekend. If you are a brand new coach or you've never attended an event before, this is your opportunity. Super Saturday is a quarterly event held by Beachbody, and it's held in cities all around the country, and you don't want to miss it. That's where we have a lot of big announcements, and guys, I've seen the video. We got some big announcements coming in from Beachbody for this start in January, so I'm pretty excited about that. But make sure you get yourself to Super Saturday. I know Pittsburgh is having a huge event. They're actually doing training on Saturday morning, and there's an event on Friday. They're doing a Super Friday. But if you want to find an event in your area, go to the Team Beachbody website and go the whole way over to the training tab in your back office. and click right there on training, and then click on Super Saturday, and you can actually search for a city in your area or plug in your city, and it will tell you the Super Saturday event that is closest to you. Really take the time to get there, because it's going to give you another fire in your business. You're going to be able to go meet people. Remember, it takes the identity crisis out of our business a little bit. You actually get to go meet people face to face instead of just through Zoom or through conferences. So it is an amazing opportunity to go meet somebody, go get some great business tips. They usually have some amazing guest speakers. For example, out here in Seattle, we have Brittany Powers, who is a 2-time top 10 coach, coming on Saturday to give us some great tips for our businesses. And I'm really excited to spend some time with her and actually get to meet her this weekend. So at these events, don't hesitate to go up and introduce yourself to people that you admire, people that you have followed on social media. It's a great way to get out of your comfort zone. But more than that, it's a great way to surround yourself by positive energy, to really hit your ground running in January, and really, have this surge of momentum that you so desperately need right at the beginning of the year sometimes. So get yourself to a Super Saturday event. I highly, highly encourage you. And remember, you don't have to do these events by yourself. Take a guest with you. These are not just for Beachbody coaches. Oftentimes guests have a discounted ticket rate, and take some people. If you have someone who's interested in coaching, a challenger that's in your challenge group, take them with you. There's usually a live workout at every single Super Saturday event. So make sure you take them with you and really just have a great afternoon, great morning, great evening, whenever it falls, with your team, with each other, and really have a great, great time. Something else that's coming up on January 9th, the Health Bet begins. Make sure you understand the qualifications for the Health Bet. If you are not in a challenge group as a member to do the Health Bet, start one. Rally together, get together with some coaches on our team, and do your own Health Bet challenge group. Don't wait for me to ask you to join one. Take the initiative and really start one by yourself so that you can get a cut of that money for being a product of the product, for drinking your Shakeology. So make sure you are a part of that as well, so that you can take advantage of that. And what a great way to promote that on your page as well. Health Bet kicks off. Also, for this month, we are going to do a 5-day sneak peek. It might be a 5 to 4 day. I'm really playing around with the curriculum in it, but it will begin on Monday, January 23rd, and will go all that week. And then if you notice, the following Tuesday, we have a new coach welcome call at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be right before our team call. So it'll be a quick, easy thing for me to host in one night. But then the week after that, our new coach training will begin. So here is what I do. The majority of my coaches that I bring onto our team start off in challenge groups first. I'm looking at Joy as I'm saying this, and she's like the exception to the rule. She wanted to do just the business, but Joy and I had a great relationship prior to Beachbody coaching. But a majority of the coaches who join our team, and the majority of the very successful coaches on our team, started out in a challenge group. So your challenge group is really a great place to recruit coaches. So for me personally, I have about 7 to 10 people right now in challenge groups who I've been working with since October. They've just repeated over and over and over again, who I'm going to hopefully transition into coaches. So I will ask them, like, hey, have you ever thought of this before? I will be talking to them from now the whole way until our sneak peek, plug them into our sneak peek, and then see if they take the leap and come and join our team as a new coach. So how do I do that? Well, I'm talking behind the scenes with them, but I'm also backing up what I'm talking about on my social media. I'm talking about coaching. I'm talking about the atmosphere of our team. I'm talking about how coaching has affected my life in a positive way, what it has allowed me to do, all of those things. So I'm putting in those little breadcrumbs along the way so that whenever they go and see my posts, because they follow my posts regularly, they're one of my challengers, we have great relationships together, they're seeing not just the coach that's supporting them, now they're seeing what coaching can do for them too. Okay, so make sure you are breadcrumbing this. That's my strategy with coaching. So to get people into that sneak peek group, give them a great experience in there, and then transition them into coach training at the beginning of February. All right, do you guys have questions for me on that at all? I know that's kind of a hazy subject sometimes, and it's overthought a lot of the time. Questions at all? Okay, so questions about our January calendar. And guys, this is going to be a wash, rinse, repeat for next month as well. And I'm looking at this calendar, and I have my next challenge group already lined up. My next challenge group, I have the Health Bet starting off. We're in preseason right now. Health Bet starts off on January. My preseason for my next group is starting on the 16th. Official day one will be on the 23rd, because I have people who want in a challenge group and I need somewhere to put them. All right. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. I have some notes over here along the side to really, angle your 2017. All right. The last thing announcement-wise I wanted to cover about was that All Access Challenge Pack. This is an amazing, amazing opportunity for you to leverage this for success in your business. And here are the things that I am really, really amping up with this as I'm talking to people. And this is why. If somebody comes to me who says they want Shakeology Home Direct because they do their own thing with their workouts. If somebody comes to me and they say, well, I really just want Core to Force, or I really just want the 21-day fix, I always lead with this. And here is why. The reason is because this is the best benefit for them to transition into a lifestyle. As you are doing your job as a coach, your job as a coach is not just to help somebody for 30 days, not just to help somebody for 21 days. You want them to have lasting success. I think we all know that your success really comes at like the 60-day mark, the 90-day mark. And when you get 6 months in and then a year in, and you really start to reap the benefits of that healthy lifestyle, right? It's that classic case of you see where I am now, but you don't see where I've come from. We need them to have that point where they have the journey, right? And it's our job as their coach to support them along the way. Well, this annual All Access Challenge Pack is the perfect thing to do that with. So here is how I am leveraging this as I'm talking to people. The biggest thing that I'm leveraging for them is the fact that they have all access to every single program for 12 months. Guys, that's incredible. Not only that, they have access to every new release that happens this year through Beachbody On Demand. So anytime they put new workouts on Beachbody On Demand, you know how they always add in new Core to Force workouts or new 21-day fix workouts, they get them. Whenever they launch new programs, which we'll have one probably in March around Summit and then in November, that will automatically go into their library. That is a huge benefit. If you have somebody who you know is a fitness guru, they love Beachbody products, that is huge for them. This saves them so much money instead of buying those products. And how much easier is it somebody as they're purchasing these all annual access challenge packs? I have my whiteboard right here to the right of me, and I already have a list of everybody who's purchased the all access, whether it's the challenge packs or just the annual all access to BOD, because those are the people around product launches who, if they've fallen off the wagon, say, hey, you just need to grab your Shakeology and you can jump right into my challenge group with this new program. Those are going to be my advocates, the people who are going to bring people around. They don't have to buy a brand new program and Shakeology. They just need their Shakeology now. And the biggest perk on top of that, and I will say I'm signing pretty much everybody up unless they want to work the business, like full on work the business as a coach, I'm signing everybody up with the annual all access as a customer. And here is why. You get the same commission. I'm signing up as a customer because they still receive 10% off every purchase for an entire year, because that's one of the benefits of a club member. All right. So when somebody comes to me, for example, I have somebody who says, you know what, Allie, I love Shakeology. She was in my Shakeology Shake-Off group. I really want to incorporate this into my lifestyle. I am leading with this, not because she needs these programs. She has a great routine at the gym. She wants something to do on days that she doesn't get to the gym. She wants to try Core to Force. But the big thing for her is she's going to get to save 10% on every purchase of her Shakeology from here on out. She's in college. She's a college student. That 10% savings adds up over time, as opposed to paying $130 every single month for her Shakeology. My goal this year, one of them, is customer retention, not just in my challenge groups, but also customer retention on Shakeology Home Direct, on Performance Line HD. When they get that 10% off, all of a sudden they're more willing to try other things. They're more willing to get energized. They're more willing to keep their Shakeology on Home Direct because it's not quite as expensive. Does that make sense? And the reason I'm signing them up as a customer is because I want them to fall in love with their products, then transition them into a coach if that's where they need to go or that's where they want to go. My whole mantra this year is meet people where they are to take them where you want them to go. So If I have a customer come in who just wants to join a challenge group, I'm signing them up as a customer. Then if they want to start working the business, then we talk about it. The reason I'm doing that is because I want people to have that amazing experience whenever they hit Success Club for their first 3 months and get their summit ticket paid for. All right. If they are signed up as a discount coach right from the bat and are in a challenge group for 3 months, they miss that opportunity when they do decide to start working their business. Does that make sense? So don't rob people of those opportunities. Make sure you're leading with the customer first, because you know that if a customer falls in love with the programs, the products, they will eventually turn into a coach. But you have to meet them where they are to take them where you want them to go. All right. Questions for me on the annual all access? Questions. It's a great leveraging tool to really have success in your business. So take advantage of this. Make sure you're leading with this, because I'll tell you what, I have gotten zero price objections from this, because guys, it is a great deal. 100% yes. Or if I have gotten a price objection, it's when can I do this by? Is this only through January, or can I get it in February too? It's available till the end of February. All right. That gives people a little bit of initiative to get it. A little bit of, I always forget this word, a little bit of, an end time, a little bit of prompt urgency to get their hands on it now. All right. Any questions for me on this? All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the screen share then. Okay, so as we are looking ahead at our 2017, I think it's really, really important. Hi, Kara, I didn't know you hopped on. Glad that you're on here. So we're looking ahead at 2017, and you guys have big goals. I've been thinking about my 2017 goals probably since last September. I know, I'm crazy like that, but if you haven't even thought about it, that's okay. It's never too late to start thinking about your goals. And I want you guys to not just think, well, where do I want to be in December? I want you guys to start thinking about, well, where do I want to be this month? Where do I want to be at the end of the year? But in order to get to that point at the end of the year, what do I need to do leading up to that? We always hit this big push right at the end of the year, because we realize, oh, the end of the year's here and I wanted to reach these goals. So now I better put my foot down and actually start reaching them. Where really we should have been doing that same urgency, that same intensity for the entire year to reach those goals. How many of you guys have done that before? Or you had like a big deadline for something in school or a project or your work, and all of a sudden you're like, well, crap, that deadline snuck up on me pretty quick. I better start doing stuff now. Even though you had all this time to do it, you waited until the very last minute. It's the same type of concept. So here is how I am mapping out my year. I have my year-end goals in line. I have them written down. I'm actually going to get them and put them right in front of me in my office space. But my year-end goals I have there. And then I think, okay, when I'm at Summit this year, where do I want to be in my business? And my goals, guys, rank is totally aside for me this year. Elite Premier, if it happens, awesome, fantastic. My main goal this year is really customer and team and coach focused. That's really what my goals are, because that's what makes me feel the most fulfilled. My goals may look totally different from yours. If you are somebody who's like, I want to be an elite coach, I want to be a premier coach, I want to be a diamond coach, that is perfect. You have to set your goals with whatever gives you the most fulfillment and whatever is going to bring you joy in your life. You have to think about that. So for me this year, my focus, my main goal is I want people to fall in love with the products, and I want them to be advocates with me for them. Whether that means they want to come in and be a hobby coach and really just get a discount, or whether that means they want to be a full-on business builder. Again, I'm meeting people where they are to take them where I want them to go. That's my whole mantra this year. And I'm doing that. Remember, my whole focus word is commitment, making sure that I'm there for them. If you have people who join your challenge groups and then they totally drop off the face of the earth 30 days later, really self-reflect. Well, did you give them amazing customer service in your challenge group? Did you give them a great experience? If you did that, if you did everything you could, then you can bless and release that person. But if you didn't give them 100%, then you really have to self-evaluate and see where you can improve to really move your business forward even more. All right, that's super important as you are setting your goals, as you're moving through things. Is this making sense as you go go through? So you really have to think about in your business, okay, so what is bringing me joy in this business? I keep saying joy and I look at joy and it's just making me smile. So what is bringing you joy? What brings you something that makes you happy? For me, I love building connections with my challengers, and I will openly admit that that is something I got away from this past year. And that is what gives me the life. That is what got me involved in this, was having amazing experiences in challenge groups, being able to fit in a pair of blue jeans. Those are the things that gave me joy, and I wanted others to experience that as well. So what I am doing is I'm really going into my challenge groups. I am giving them the best type of customer service that I can. I am getting on the phone with them one-on-one. I am really pouring myself into the people, and I am rooting for them, and I am giving them what I promised them whenever they decided to work with me. Now, that's something I'm doing once they've actually joined in, once they're in that challenge group, once they're in that free group. But how do you get them to that point? Your focus needs to be on building your brand. And don't overthink this. Your brand is what you stand for. And it was so funny. I got a challenge group application from somebody, and this really made me feel good because she hit my brand right on the head. And she said, I really have been watching you for a long time, Allie, and I feel like I can relate to you because you're down to earth, but you have a little bit of sarcasm in your posts, and you make me laugh, but you really motivate me at the same time. And that's exactly what I want my audience to see when they look at my page. I want them to see somebody who's down to earth, who's realistic, who has a sense of humor, but gets stuff done and is also motivating at the same time. So I was so happy to see that, to not just get the confirmation that what I'm putting out there is being received in that way, but also it showed me that I'm attracting people who want to work with that, who want people to do that. I want you guys to stop looking at what every other coach is doing and really find your own voice. For me, the best thing I did was when I went and unfollowed a lot of top coaches. As soon as I unfollowed all these top coaches, the comparisons went away. And I wasn't comparing myself to their Shakeology post and my Shakeology post, and how I could have done it better, and how their Shakeology post got 150 likes and mine got 2. That comparison game went away because I wasn't seeing it. And now all of a sudden it went from, oh, I got 2 likes on my Shakeology post, instead of, oh, I only got 2 likes on my Shakeology post. It's a total mindset shift. So if you find yourself falling victim to the comparison game, get yourself out of there. Go unfollow people. If you find that when you look at their things, you find yourself feeling worse about yourself, unfollow them. Follow people who bring you joy and who bring you feelings of satisfaction. But build your personal brands. You need to go and you need to assess your social media. Okay, how can I get more likes on my photos? What time of day gets the best traction on my page? How can I put out quality content to my audience? Think about all of those things. For me, I know that recipes go over really well on my page, always have been. My videos for my workouts go over very well. My kids go over very, very well. And really just real life things go over very well. So make sure you know what your audience wants, and you'll be able to tell by the response that you get to that specific thing. But make sure you're showing you. Make sure you're not just pulling a random picture from Pinterest and putting it on there. Now, I will say I do that, but I limit it to like 2 times a week because I love funny memes and sarcasm. So I put those up there a couple times a week. But make sure you're being you. When you go to your page and you look at your pictures, your tagged pictures, if it looks like a Pinterest board, you need to change it. It needs to be pictures of you there. It needs to show what you represent. All right? Remember, people are going to be attracted to you and your story. They want to work with you. They don't want to work with you as the Beachbody coach. They want to work with you as Joy, as Ashley, as Kara, as Kelly, as Aaron. They want to work with you. So give them something to work with, all right? Give them something to follow. You want people to want to come back to see your post, to click on read more about what you have to say, all right? So I want you to keep that in mind. What can you do to continuously build your brand? What can you do to make sure that you're followable, that people want to come and read your stuff, that they want to be your voice, okay? Because I'll tell you what, it's an amazing feeling when somebody messages you and says, I've been watching you for a while and I finally got the guts to message you to join your group, all right? Make sure you're doing those things. The next thing is you need to have a clear consistency to your business. So if your goal is diamond, or your goal is to hit Success Club every single month, or your goal is a monetary number, you need to know what you have to do in order to make that happen. And Success Club, getting people to come join you on your journey in your challenge group, is going to build your success. 100%. There's no reason, there's no mystery why it's called Success Club. But you need to think about how you can really bring people in. And that's from building your brand awareness on your social media. But you also need to focus on your daily behaviors and the basics. Don't overthink that. Hold conversations with people. Be present in their lives. That's something that's really going to bring them to wherever you are. All right. The next thing you need to be doing, you need to be running a challenge group monthly. 100% yes, monthly. Okay. If you are running them on your own, kudos to you. Team up with somebody, run them with them. Make sure you're running a challenge group, because you need a place to put those people who are interested, right? Who want to join and work with you, and you need that. And they need to be able to know where they can go. They're watching you. You're giving them amazing content to follow, to want to come back and learn more from you. And now they need to know how they can do it with you. So if you're not asking on your wall, hey, come join me, fill out this application. My next group starts on the 16th. I'm looking for 10 ladies to come join me. If you're not putting that out there, they don't know that they can come join you. Does that make sense? So you need to be inviting people privately and publicly. The next thing, I'm a real big advocate of free groups. Make sure you're running those free groups. So whenever you get somebody who says, you know what, Allie, money's really tight this month, and say, hey, no worries at all. Can I put you in my free group that kicks off next week? That way you'll be able to experience what it's like to work with me before even paying any money. That builds trust, that builds credibility. It gives you a place to put people. All right. It gives you a funnel of people that you can work with to then have to invite to your challenge groups. Okay. What's up? And I'm looking at my notes here to make sure that I'm giving you guys the best info that I can. All right. So number one, build your brand. Then you need to have a place to funnel people. So into free groups, into your challenge groups. And you need to do that consistently, month after month after month. All right. If you've read The Compound Effect, you know the well analogy, where you're going to pump that well a lot for very little in return. But I promise you that if you are consistent, if you show up every single day, if you put value on your social media, if you consistently have that free group where you add people into it every single month and you just love on people, you will eventually have water overflowing from your well. All right, the last thing I need you guys to do is I need you to decide where you are as a coach right now. Really self-evaluate and self-reflect. Are you a discount coach? That means you joined to get 25% off your products. You are perfectly happy just with that. You don't need to sell a thing. You are a discount coach. I would think everybody on this call is not at the discount coach level. I would think if you're on the team call, you're not there. But next thing, are you a retail coach? Are you somebody who loves the products? You love running challenge groups. You love helping people meet their health and fitness goals. But you know what? The whole big business, the whole building a team, that's not really something that appeals to you. Consider yourself a retail coach. That means you want to help people in challenge groups, but you're not really interested in making this a full-blown business. You want to bring people on and help them with their health and fitness goals, but not necessarily build a team. The next thing, you are a part-time business builder. That means you love the business, you want to build a team, but you have other commitments that kind of keep you back from going all in, whether it's a full-time job, whether you're really weighed down with volunteer work, you're a stay-at-home mom and you got lots of kids. Totally get it. You have to think about where you are and what you want to do. Or are you a full-on business builder? That means you are 100% committed to making this your full-time gig. You want to have the team of coaches. You are a full-time business builder. So really reflect on where you are and then where you want to be. And remember, you can go in and out of those things. I came in as a hobby coach, just wanting a discount, okay? And now I'm a full-on, I want to make this a really successful business. So it's okay to move as you go through your different phases of life, all right? Do you guys have questions for me about anything?
I have a question.
Go for it.
What about skipping January just because it's such a crazy month usually with people flowing in? Or should we still do a free group in January?
That is your call. It's totally up to you and where your business is. I would say if you're having a hard time getting people to commit to a challenge pack right now, I would do a free group. If you have people in your free group, you do the same group every single month. You just change out the banner, change out the name. If you have people in there anticipating a free group for January, do a free group. It's totally your call and what you want to do. I'm actually thinking about doing one, Joy, at the end of the month, but I'm just kind of seeing how my month goes a little bit here too. I don't want to stretch myself too thin. So yeah, if that's 100% your call on what you want to do. No right or wrong there. Any other questions?
I have another question.
I like questions. That makes me.
I know, me too. Teachers and us, right? So goal setting. You talked about starting kind of like where you want to be kind of at the end and then work where you want to be at summit, blah, blah, blah. So do you have any other tips about like how to actually set goals that seem attainable and not like so far reached, or like how do you really analyze that that's an actual goal that's worth going for?
No, understandable 100%. So Joy, a good example of that would be if you came in and you were a brand new coach, like just signed up this month as a brand new coach. You were like, you know what? I want to be a top 10 coach at the end of the year. That's a little unrealistic, right? And the reason why is because of all the different factors that go into it. If you are on here and you say like, I want to be an elite coach, but you have no idea what that means and you have no idea what it entails, that probably isn't a good goal for you unless you take the time to research it and really see where you're at. But really, give yourself something. You don't want to, it's a funny thing. You don't want to give yourself a goal that's so out of your reach that you get frustrated, but you don't want to give yourself a goal that's so easy that you get it and you're like, well, I could have done more. There's a sweet spot there, and it's the same thing. There's no right or wrong answer for it, but what you need to do is you need to really think about what, like I said right at the beginning, what drives you, what is motivating to you. If it's a financial type goal, if it is something that where you want the recognition, you want the status, you want the perks, think about what is driving you. Is it a dangling carrot? Like Elite, Premier, Success Club, All-Star, like those little recognition pieces? Or is it more income? Is it more stability? What is what's your driving force right now? Does that make sense, Joy? So really think about what is going to motivate you to work every single day. And that comes down to your vision a little bit. So if it's more, for example, if I was pushing hardcore, like, you know what? Doesn't even matter to me about what I make. I just want the recognition. I want the elite title. I want, top 10 coach, those types of things. I'm going to align my business a little bit different than if I was an income-driven coach. An income-driven coach, you're going to sign a lot more customers. You're going to make a lot more commissions. You're going to keep people as customers to get commissions off of their Shakeology Home Direct. You're just driving your business in a different way. You're going to, give up your Success Club 10 so that you can cycle bonus more by putting orders through your husband's account. There are different things that you can do to build your business based on income as opposed to rank and recognition. Does that make sense, Joy? So really find, when I think about like year end goal, don't necessarily think of it like as a rank or where you want to end, like I want to be ranked in the top 50 or something like that. Don't think of it like that. I want you to think of, okay, at the end of the year, do I want to be more financially secure? Do I want to have a solid foundation in my business so that 2018 can be that year that I get elite? Do I want to have, for one of my goals this year is to convert so many challengers per month into coaches. Like, is your goal at the end of the year to have helped X number of people? Think of goals in those regards, not necessarily I want to be an elite coach or I want to be a 5-star diamond coach or I want to be a 2-star diamond coach. Like, don't think necessarily just in rank. Does that make sense? Does that help a little bit?
That helps a lot, actually.
Good. So don't think that it just has to be a rank goal, because rank, I know many of you on this call are pushing for Emerald. You're pushing for Diamond, but really and truly, the rank with the money doesn't happen until you start having a team of leaders underneath of you. You can hit Diamond by getting your dad and your husband to Emerald, but they're not building a business, so you're not going to reap the benefits of a true Diamond coach. Does that make sense? So make sure you're really aligning your goals for what you want to get out of the business. It's okay to say you want to make money. It's okay to say you just want to help people and that money is kind of secondary to you. It just depends on what you want to get out of it, what will bring you satisfaction, and also what's going to motivate you to work every single day too, to reach those goals. Does that help, Joy? Good. And you and I, you're one of my personally sponsored, you and I will sit down and we will really talk about, what that vision is, what that goal is, and what we can do to make sure we're maximizing that as you go through. Because if you don't give a rat's butt about Success Club All-Star or all those things, and you're like, I just got to make money, Allie, we're going to talk a little differently about how we position things in your business and how we place people and how we, shuffle orders around through different accounts to make sure that you're maximizing your earning potential. Okay. Any other questions? I like questions. It's my kind of thing. I think the biggest thing did you have a question, Joy?
Yeah, I did.
Go.
Okay, so you said something about vision board. Okay, so vision board should, just in your opinion, I'm not asking for a right or wrong answer, should you focus more on the year or your long-term business idea?
I would say both. For me, there's going to be both things on there, but I need to have... I know what my long-term vision is, and I know that's not going to be accomplished in a year. And I'm also a person who needs to have milestones along the way that I've accomplished to feel successful. So I know that if my vision board is only long-term, I'll get unmotivated because I'm not checking things off and I'm not hitting goals. Where if I put the big vision there and I have the smaller goals underneath of it that I want to hit this year that will eventually get me to that bigger vision, then I'm going to feel accomplished. And remember, every single person wants to feel success in some way, shape, or form. If you don't feel success, you're going to get frustrated and you're not going to want to do it anymore. It's the same thing as like whenever I had, think of, when you were a kid and you had a word problem in math and you got frustrated because you couldn't do it. You didn't want to keep going, right? You needed to feel success. You needed to get that right answer to want to tackle another word problem. But you need to feel that success. You don't want to have a whole bunch of word problems up there that you can't have any answers to. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to quit. Okay. So make sure you have things that you can check off along the way that are attainable, that are able to be reached. So maybe, Joy, it's Success Club 6 or Success Club 5 every single month of the year. And you want to check that off, and you can check off each month on that vision board as you get it, or give yourself a tally mark for each vision board. Maybe it is you want to help, I said, X number of people this year and help them. And you keep a running total of how many people you help. You want to have, or you want to, make sure that you have 80% of your challengers. You want to retain them to the next month. And then 70% of those to the next month. Different types of goals to help motivate you as you're going through it, because those are all measurements of success. You just need to figure out, well, what's success mean to me? And what do I need to do to measure that success? Did that help answer your question? Good. Any other questions from anybody else? Or Joy, if you have more questions too. I hope that this was very helpful for you guys. And, just the biggest thing that I want you to take away from this is my goals look different from your goals and everybody else's goals. And it's really easy in this business, on our team, on calls, to be like, oh, they're pushing for that goal. I should probably put that on my board too. If it doesn't bring you joy, if it doesn't bring you success, if that's not what's going to make you feel good, don't put it on your board. Okay. Make sure you're putting things on there that are what success means to you. And it looks different for everybody because everybody wears success in different ways. All right. Maybe your goal is, I know that I need to focus on my personal development this year. So my goal is to read 2 personal development books a month, making sure that you're really dialed in and really amping up that game. Because remember, if you have one part of your life really in check, it's going to snowball into other parts of your life too. All right, so think about all the different things about Beachbody Business and what you want to get out of them and what you want to do to feel successful. And the last thing, I promise, is if you do not have a success partner yet, try to get one. A success partner is not somebody you call and they're not going to be the person who's like, what did you invite today? Did you make sure that you got your vital behaviors done today? That's not a success partner. That is an accountability partner. But a success partner is somebody who you run groups with. A success partner is somebody you bounce ideas with. A success partner is somebody you push for goals with. All right? That means you're giving them as much as you're getting from them, and you're running alongside of them. Make sure you are working alone. It can be a very lonely business to do this all by yourself. So make sure you get together with a success partner, and you're going to go through a lot of them. I think I've had like 10 success partners, and I finally have one that I work very well with, okay? So make sure you are trying to find a success partner. Our team page is a perfect place to start looking. If you're part of the Legacy United team page, that is a great place to look. The Bigger Dream team page, just post, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm looking for a success partner. Here are my goals. Here are what I'm looking for, and this is me, okay? Go to an event. Joy met her success partner at our last Super Saturday event. They're local. They get together, I think, every other week, and they chat, and they set business goals together. They run groups together now, okay? So make sure you are doing everything you can to do it. And Joy, would you say, since Melissa and you have linked up, that it's been a really positive thing in your business?
Oh my gosh, like totally huge turnaround. Huge turnaround, and being able to meet with her every other week. I think we actually meet weekly, and just being able to meet with her. And last time we talked about goals, and it was kind of like, she said a goal, and I was like, really? I was like, is that really attainable? And she's like, actually, that, if I break it down, I don't think I would be able to do that. That's too much. Let's do this. And I'm like, all right, that's perfect. And then another goal she had, I was like, okay, that's just silly. You're going to get that in a couple months. You need more. So it's really great to just bounce stuff off. And then running groups together has been freaking awesome. So,
and
yeah.
Joy, would you say it's taken you a few success partners to find one that you really mesh well with?
Yes, I've probably gone through 7 in this last year, first year business. Yeah, maybe even more. I don't even know.
It takes time, and it's like finding a significant other to work with, I guess you could say. And it's so funny because my success partner is very similar to my husband as far as personality goes. So that's kind of funny. Is that just a little tidbit? But that's something that I wanted to plug in there too, is find somebody to help support you, not as an accountability partner, but somebody that's going to push you and run alongside of you. Okay. Any last questions for me before we kind of close up shop tonight? All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on the call with me. Oh, if you guys need help with goal setting, The 12-Week Year is an amazing book for goal setting. If you're like, I have no idea where to start, Allie, I don't even know. Get yourself a copy of the 12-Week Year. The whole first half of the book is kind of pitching their idea of the 12-week year to you. The second half of the year is, okay, let's make your 12-week year and let's implement this plan. I have the audio version because I like to listen to it and then I'll go back and read it. And I have the hardback version. If you're going to implement it, I would get the hardback version or the paper version so you can actually use it and implement. Okay? But this is a great place to start if you're like, I don't know where to start with my goals. Get the 12-Week Year. It's a great personal development book to really help you with your goal setting. All right? Have a great rest of your night, guys. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening to hop on the call. I really appreciate it. And let's get after January. Let's have a great, great week. All right? Have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you later. Bye.